This is the afternoon weather briefing. This is for Wednesday, the 23rd of July. This is James Spann. Classic summer day, sun, heat, and storms. Let's go right to the storms. We'll begin with the radar. We are live this afternoon at 3:28. And some pretty healthy storms have formed around the Alabama Gulf Coast. This is the Mobile radar. Showers and thunderstorms again today, moving from northeast to southwest. And the heavier storms have really moved offshore, still raining pretty heavily, just a little to the east of Gulf Shores, the center of Gulf Shores, the hangout there. The heavier storms are offshore. Got a new batch of storms coming down. That'll be approaching Orange Beach, which you see right here. And again, that's moving to the southwest. Got a thunderstorm near Fort Walton Beach. That's also moving to the southwest. Here's kind of the wider view. Panama City looking good. Let's go to the rest of this state, to the northern half. Pretty good downpour around the city of Tuscaloosa. And thunder, lightning, heavy rain. And again, these are moving, so we're not going to have any major flooding issues here. They're moving to the southwest. But a very refreshing, cooling shower for Tuscaloosa. That sent Tuscaloosa from the 90s into the upper 70s real quick. Around the rest of the state, got really not much happening across the Tennessee Valley. Earlier today, we had some big downpours over the far western part of Colbert, Lauderdale, Franklin, Marion, and Lamar counties. Those storms have drifted over into Georgia. In East Alabama, scattered showers, nothing especially heavy, moving really westward there. And those seem to be fizzling out as they approach Interstate 65. Let's check the southeastern part of the state. And things are awfully quiet, hardly any cooling showers at all. But again, this time of the year, a storm could pop up at any place at any time, really between now and about 8 or 9 o'clock tonight. But again, there's the big picture. But the bottom line is it's a pretty classic summer setup here. There's the upper air look, kind of an upper high that's on top of us, the mid-latitude westerlies up near the Canadian border, visible satellite view. For most of the state, the sky partly to mostly sunny, but a few spots with a big downpour. There's the regional radar composite, showing really the more widespread showers and storms across the southwest counties of the state, with showers pretty widely spaced elsewhere. So Tuscaloosa, at last report, they were at 84 because of the shower there. Anniston, 81. Listen, that's a win right there. Birmingham at 91. Heat levels just really not that bad for mid to late July. Up in the Tennessee Valley, Huntsville at 91. Mobile, 78 because of rain showers. And Dothan down in southeast Alabama at 93. So technically, there's still a heat advisory for the western half of the state. But again, with the numbers we have now, heat indices are not really at criteria level. We've got heat advisories from the western Gulf Coast up into parts of the southern Great Lakes. And a chance of strong to severe storms through tonight for parts of the Great Plains into the Great Lakes. This is tomorrow, a marginal risk over the lee of the Rockies and from the Texas Panhandle up to near Detroit and Grand Rapids, Chicago. Day 3, which is Friday, a level 1 out of 5 marginal risk over much of the northeast United States and also parts of the Dakotas. Here's a look at rain for the next 7 days. For the northern half of the state, and again, listen, one good summer storm can drop 1 inch of rain just like that. So obviously, we'll have exceptions here, but on an average basis, the northern half of the state, under 1/2 inch, 1 to 2 inches for South Alabama. In the tropics, and again, it's very calm across the vast Atlantic basin. The Gulf, Caribbean, deep tropics. The only little X on the board is that little feature that's near Jacksonville, Florida. And that feature will be coming out into the Gulf. But again, notice the Hurricane Center giving this thing only a 10% chance of getting its act together, of developing into a depression or storm. And again, if you got a beach trip, the weather just looks very routine on the coast for the rest of the week and the weekend ahead. The only potential issue, it's a high rip current risk on Friday. This is the 5-day rip current risk from the Weather Service in Mobile. And again, they're highlighting Friday and Friday nights. So if you're on the beach Friday, just look for the red or double red flags. But other than that, this little feature should not develop. And if by chance anything does, it's most likely headed for Texas and south of the central Gulf Coast. So let's go through modeling. Model fans, GFS, 12Z run, 4 o'clock tomorrow. 594 Ridge, same old thing, hot, muggy. A few spotty storms about. This is the high-resolution HER, valid tomorrow evening at 6. And again, I probably shouldn't even show this because obviously the radar is not going to look like that. These high-res models just don't have the ability, the physics or the data to perform well with random air mass storms. It's a mystery, and it will probably stay a mystery. We don't know now exactly when and where it's going to rain tomorrow afternoon. But they'll be out there. Highs tomorrow, low 90s in most spots. And Friday, same thing. Highs low 90s, partly sunny, a few pop-up storms. That's the theme for the weekend. This is Saturday and this is Sunday. Low 90s Saturday, mid 90s on Sunday. And the next week, the ridge begins to strengthen. Monday and Tuesday, and this is a week from today, Wednesday the 30th of July. Got the core of the 597 heat ridge a little north and west of here, but still a pretty good ridge in place, and that should push us into the upper 90s. It looks like next week's going to be the hottest week so far this summer, and you always have the chance of a pop-up storm on a hot, humid afternoon here. We know that, but with that ridge in place, the warm air aloft, the air should be relatively stable, and that should put a lid on most developing showers. So let's keep going. This is 10 days out, Saturday, August 2nd. Still got that old stinking 594 ridge on top of us, which means more classic summer weather. I promise the weather will change at some point in late September and October. It always does. And this time of the year, we kind of say the same thing every day. Hot, humid, chance of an afternoon storm in spots, and that's just the way it is, and that's going to the way it will be for at least the next 10 days. No sign of any tropical trouble to break up the monotony here. Rain for the next 15 days. This is coming off the European AI ensemble. The mean of the ensemble members remains 1 to 2 inches, the green line there between now and the 7th of August. And again, highs in the 90s, lows in the 70s. But notice next week, National Blend of Models pushing us up to 99 on Tuesday and Wednesday. And then heat levels back into the low 90s by Saturday, August the 2nd. But we could be flirting with 100 on a couple of days next week. Latest long-range guidance just in. This is for July 31st through August the 6th. If you're looking for a cool down, head up to the northeast part of the United States. Temperatures there way below average. Down here near, maybe slightly above average. So back to the radar, live at 3:35. You can see showers over the eastern part of Alabama are moving slowly westward. Over the western side of the state, they're kind of moving to the southwest. And again, if you get under one of these things, you got heavy rain. And again, a pretty good cluster is sitting just south of Tuscaloosa, from downtown Tuscaloosa down Highway 69, Interstate 5920, down toward Malisham Parkway, Hillcrest High School. It's just coming down. Thunder, lightning, heavy rain. Nothing severe by classic severe definition, but again, it's a very good cooling shower, no doubt about that. Again, up in the Tennessee Valley, things are quiet. Showers in East Alabama, got some good ones in parts of Lee, Chambers, Tallapoosa counties. Pretty good shower near Roanoke and Randolph County. Thunderstorms in progress in parts of Russell County, most of them a little west of US 431. And again, we'll go down to the Gulf Coast, and we've got some thunderstorms that are on the Alabama Gulf Coast today. And you can see the development there. One pretty much developed on top of Gulf shores. Others will be approaching from the northeast, moving southwest. And with these things, the main issue, of course, is the lightning. Everybody wants to be on the beach, but when you hear thunder, get in. When thunder roars, go indoors. And these will fade once the sun goes down later this evening, and we'll see more of the same tomorrow and Friday. Classic summer mix in the Gulf Coast. Sun, scattered storms, just what we expect this time of the year. Had a great time today seeing my friends at First Baptist Trussville at Independence Place. That was great fun. We had a really good time today. Tomorrow going to be at Bridgewood Gardens, senior community up in Albertville, Sand Mountain, Marshall County. Looking forward to that. And then Friday, I will be at Calera Middle School for a camp for rising 6th graders. And we do not have a book signing this Saturday, but the following Saturday on August the 2nd, we are going to be in Madison at Chick-fil-A. This is going to be good. We'll have details on that once we get closer. But anyway, it's going to be a good day. I look forward to that. Of course, we invite you to watch us on the television side. Right across the hall, Studio A, ABC 3340 News this evening. Thanks for watching. Have a great Wednesday evening, and God bless.